Welcome everyone to the broadcast here on BTN. We thank you for joining us. I'm Ben Wittenstein, and alongside me is Eddie Coten as we get set for yet another year of Indiana basketball.
There's certainly a lot you have to dissect with that. I think the most important thing we got out of that is the amount of swagger this team came out with. And you have the right to have swagger when you get your first tournament win since 1983. And you also got to appreciate the level of appreciation this team has for the classics.
Yeah.
Bringing out Soulja Boy, Crank That, bringing out the Wobble, the Stanky Leg.
They love the old songs.
They love the good old songs, and it makes me feel good as a fan to appreciate a team that appreciates songs like that. And if you have to pick a winner of those intros, no doubt, Tia Elbert coming out there to Little Yachty, Minnesota, with that swagger, with that little shoulder lean. I loved everything of that.
It was great.
It speaks to the importance of what Hoosier Hysteria is. There's an opportunity to see the personalities of the players on this team and see what they like, how fun they are, and the chemistry level we see between the players shows just why this Indiana women's program has seen so much improvement over just the last year, going undefeated at home and getting that first tournament win since '83.
Girls love shooting three-pointers. They're a great three-point shooting team.
It's certainly going to be exciting, and their three-point shooting ability is crucial for the Hoosier basketball team that looks to go up-tempo, looks to raise the pace whenever they have had the opportunity to do so. And when they can have those great kickouts to three-point shooters, we see great opportunities for this Hoosiers team.
So we've got Carly McBride.
And she's arguably doesn't get enough attention on this team. Everyone looks to Tyra Buss because she's the leader. She sets up the tempo. But Amanda Cahill, second team all Big Ten, allows you to be so versatile because she's able to get those rebounds, box out down low, but also spread the floor as we see her shooting from behind the three-point line right here.
Yeah, and Carly's huge for everyone to hear.
Troy Williams was incredibly impressive throughout the preseason, leading all rookies in points per game in the preseason with 13.4. He used his athleticism, his pure NBA talent that we saw here at Assembly Hall, and showed why he deserved to make the team.
Yeah, he's a great player. Everyone's
to watch. A stat that I always look to when trying to describe how talented this team was last year. One of just 3 teams in the last 20 years to average more than 80 points per game, shoot 50% from the field, and shoot over 41% from behind the three-point arc. That's absolutely remarkable. And if Indiana can even come close to replicating just a little bit of that, they're going to be so successful this upcoming season. It's certainly interesting to see Robert Johnson and Josh Newkirk come up against each other in this three-point contest because we're going to see them most likely splitting minutes at that point guard position. And the question will be, who really takes the reins there, replacing a guy in Yogi Ferrell who is just so remarkably talented and so successful at this Indiana program. Zach McRoberts is an interesting story. He went to Vermont for his first season, averaged around 4 points per game, was injured for a part of the year, and then decided to transfer to IU for education purposes. Didn't play at all last year, and at the end of the year he decided, I miss basketball. Asked for a tryout, and look at what we have McRoberts right here in the three-point competition. And Freddie McSwain exemplifies a player that was a late bloomer. He's got incredible athleticism and incredible talent, but he was really more of a football guy until freshman year of high school, where he was introduced to basketball and the AAU program that he played at through actually pizza. He found the AAU team just chilling, eating some pizza, asked the coach if he could have a slice. Coach was like, yo, you got to be on the team to have a slice. And now he found himself joining the team for a slice of pizza, finding a passion in that, and allowing that to help him continue progressing until he went off to junior college, allowed that athleticism to continue to blossom, and that late-blooming Freddie McSwain finds himself here at Indiana University bringing that athleticism. That's definitely a fair deal. I mean, I was introduced to broadcasting in a similar means. Someone brought
pizza?
Yeah, there was free pizza at WIOX, the radio station. I was like, yo, I want pizza. I'm going to try radio. Did radio, and now I'm here sitting at the desk at Hoosier Hysteria next to you, buddy.
That's great.
And it's important to know what that year away from playing might mean to him. He talked about it during Big Ten Media Days, how he had the opportunity to change his perspective on the game of basketball and this program as a whole. And that new perspective might lead to a leadership role that many probably didn't expect out of Blackman. He's one of the more experienced guys. He's going to have to really lead this program with his scoring and with his facilitating as well.
But Eddie, Josh Newkirk, Thomas Bryant, if you were a betting man and were to say this were going to be the last 2 players in the final, No one would have thought that.
No one at all, but let's start writing the narrative now. Let's start talking about Thomas Bryant being a top 10 in the country three-point shooter. I'm calling it right now. He's leading this competition, and he's doing it with swagger. It's a bit creative. We have to remember the lack in ability that might be a problem here, being that they're not basketball players.
He can't get it done there. See how long it takes for the Boomers to come out here at Assembly Hall.
I might be the first one.
Not too much, and the buzzer sounds, and he sort of dunks it.
I'm interested to see how he got into this contest. I'm assuming one of the qualifications is the ability to dunk.
Dunk the ball. I would assume so.
There's a reason I'm not in this contest,
They don't
of
tell me
course.
a lot of things, so we're not sure, but
A little bit of pressure, just like 15,000 people watching you, and now you have to top that guy who just did a 360 off the backboard. You gotta appreciate the swagger. That's what all of this is about. Hoosier Hysteria. That was some hysteria right there. I'll take it. I don't know if it tops the contest, but why not?
he's absolutely right. We have no business being in this dunk contest.
I don't know. If you give me a trampoline, I could probably get up there.
And if the basket was put down 7 feet.
Yeah, if you put the basket at around like 6 feet, 7 feet, give me a trampoline, I got a shot. I think the problem with that one is the fact that he's already 6'8" and so athletic. It didn't look too special because it looked like it was easy.
His eyes.
If we're jumping over Tom Green, I'm expecting SportsCenter to give us a call with the clips from this.
You need to be careful. And he jumps over him, but he can't make the dunk.
He did the hard part. He couldn't execute the easy part. Come on.
Hands need to grow a little bit longer. And he did it. Very nice. Jumps over his coach. That was good. I like that. I like that he brought in Tom Green.
Oh, yeah. Well, you talk about pageantry. How about jumping over the Big Ten Coach of the Year last
That was
year?
impressive. I don't actually know how tall Tom Green is. They
Oh,
don't have it on the roster.
If we could figure that out, that would add to the analysis. Also, don't forget the ducked head.
The ducked head, that is true.
He was arguably the best player out of the state of Colorado, and it'll be fun to see him match up against Thomas Bryant, a matchup that puts together two players that many think are very similar in their style of play. That's how this Indiana basketball offense wants to run. They want to have Curtis Jones using his athleticism to try and get to the basket, and then those kickouts are exactly how Indiana wants to take advantage. If you're an Indiana basketball fan, I know it's just a scrimmage, but you're going to be looking forward to seeing Matt throughout the year. Just his physicality, his strength to get to the lane and draw those fouls. It's going to be something that's going to be pivotal for the Hoosiers moving forward, as they're now looking to focus on being more of a front court team. Chemistry is always something that Tom Green preaches, and it helped this team get through major adversity last season. And when you talked to Juwan Morgan before this game, this Hoosier Hysteria, he mentioned how defense has to become the identity of this team, and that's not something fans are used to, but we've seen it on display now how defense has set up the offense, allow the turnovers to set up the transition, and it's been great. Thriller playing a pivotal role there. Got 4 points so far, and to no surprise to the fans, of course. Fully expecting that performance.
But again, Green for three. Why not?
Why, yes. And that was just beautiful basketball. The quick passing there, the spacing, setting up that open three for Blackman. If Indiana can do that all year, they're going to have a great year. Last year, before the injury, he was playing alongside Yogi Ferrell. It seemed like the duo made it work, of course. They're both great scorers, but it was really Yogi's team. Now, this team, with James Blackman as potentially a huge centerpiece moving forward, is James Blackman's team. We saw some great three-point shooting from both teams. We saw some good transition play, which is nice to see. We saw a lot of great defensive effort coming from a wide range of players, which is also very pivotal because Indiana, if they want to be successful this season, is going to have to look for the defense to set up transition play. And we saw potentially the emergence of a freshman phenom in Devontae Green. I'm not calling it early, but I'm calling it early. I'm calling it early.
That was really.
And if you look at this whole scenario as a whole, Hoosier Hysteria, if you're a fan, you got to see the fact that this team can still shoot it, and this team has certainly got the size in that front court, and there are plenty of reasons to be hopeful moving forward. Of course, coming in with great preseason rankings, got big non-conference opponents coming up, with Kansas being that opener in Honolulu.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to watch how all of this develops chemistry-wise, style of play-wise, but there is certainly reason to be excited if you're a Hoosier fan.